regarde en bas.
Hello.
Hello.
Je m'appelle Ulysse.
Et tu as quel âge?
Ah,
Vas-y.
J'ai 22 ans.
Est-ce que tu travailles?
oui.
Oui.
Je suis bibliothécaire stagiaire.
Et tu fais autre chose? À l'école de musique que tu fais aussi quelque chose, non? Oui.
Et tous les mercredis, je travaille à l'accueil de l'école de musique.
Ouais, c'est vrai, c'est cool. Et tu habites où? Dans quelle ville tu habites?
Paris.
Ah, à Paris.
J'habite à Paris.
D'accord. Et qu'est-ce que tu fais comme différentes activités?
Je fais du chant et de la danse contemporaine au conservatoire.
Oui, quoi d'autre?
Je fais de la capoeira.
Est-ce que tu fais de la musique aussi?
Oui.
Oui.
J'apprends à jouer de la batterie.
Ok. Quand les gens ne comprennent pas ce que tu dis, comment tu peux faire? Yes.
J'utilise une tablette pour m'aider à communiquer.
Très bien. Et?
Ouais.
Oui.
J'ai le syndrome de Costello.
Ah bah c'est super. Merci. Ulysses was born before the HRS gene, which is responsible for Costello syndrome, was discovered. He stayed in hospital until he was 10 months, in 3 different hospitals in Paris. We were told they may never find his disorder because there are more than 7,000 rare diseases. He left the hospital with a G-tube to feed him. At 18 months, we got a clinical diagnosis of Costello. We were lucky the gene responsible for Costello syndrome was discovered in 2005. Ulysses was 4 at this time. We lived in Mexico, so we tested him in France and got a diagnosis of Costello G12S mutation of HRAS, the most common form of Costello. When he was younger and was G-tube fed, I used to hate Costello because I couldn't feed my son with real food. Also, he wasn't comfortable being fed like this. He would cry a lot after each feeding. Now he is an adult, I think what affects Ulysses' everyday life is his issues with speech. Speaking and making himself understood is a big challenge for Ulysses. And it is one for me, and I've been trying to help him for more than 20 years. Introducing signs, Makaton, and then a communication device, and helping him to learn how to use it. Ulysses needs to be in contact with people, and I think it's a manifestation of Costello. Another Costello thing is his beautiful smile, a very rare and genuine smile. It's not only Costello syndrome, I think it has more to do with capacitism in our society. People and institutions think disabled people don't have the same needs than everyone else, that they don't need to learn to read, to have friends, or to be loved and have a good life. So it's a constant fight to get access to everything everyone else takes for granted. Speaking of other families who live with Costello syndrome, I believe we need each other because Costello syndrome is so rare. We need to learn from each other's experiences, and we need to have a place of our own to share our concerns and also our children's achievements. I've always wanted to be in contact with other families. I joined the awesome international listserv Cutting Stone created for English-speaking families. I wrote hundreds of mails to other families around the world, joined the French Association when my son was 2, started a blog about our life with Costello syndrome in 2005, went to conferences in the US, the UK, and in France, opened a Facebook group for French-speaking families 9 years ago. Medical care is great in France for children with a rare disease and is free, but adults are abandoned. No more specialists of the syndrome. It's very frightening as adults have their particularities and need adapted and informed medical care and therapy. I think a society should not be like a private club where just some people can enter. My son needs no one approval to be part of the society. So we need accessibility everywhere and for everything. He needs his rights to be respected. My son doesn't think he has challenges. He just sees his strength and he just responds to his love of life. I hope that research will be able to advance very far and end this fear of cancer we live with because our children are predisposed to cancer. We need the heart issue solved. We need to find the right drugs and therapies to help our loved ones with epilepsy, behavior, anxiety, learning difficulties, language. I hope that inclusion will be effective in every aspect of the society. I hope that my son can have a beautiful life with friends and a partner and a satisfying job, which allows him to live on his own and in his place